Hello guys, and welcome to Whisky Wars. Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well today, and we've got two really exciting whiskies to talk about today. I've chosen to compare these two because I feel like there's similar characteristics in both that I would like to see which come out stronger, which are more dominant than the others. So we've got the Caol Ila 12 and the Lagavulin 9-year, which is a special release for Game of Thrones. The Caol Ila 12 is bottled at 43%, and the Lagavulin 9 is bottled at 46%. The Lagavulin 9 comes in a slightly darker amber, with the Caol Ila slightly lighter, a bit more straw-like in appearance. It's quite an interesting nose, the Lagavulin, because it's a really strong nose. It's really peaty, it's really dark and ashy, but it's sweet. It's really sweet at the same time. Now, you're not getting red fruit sweetness, you're definitely getting more light fruits on the nose. Think apple and pears. It's really quite a strong pear note really on this one that comes through that heavy peat. The Caol Ila is far lighter, fresher, more floral. Grassy notes. Think of a meadow. It's herbal. There's a wood note on the Caol Ila that's not present on the Lagavulin. In fact, I didn't pick up a wood note at all on the Lagavulin. The Caol Ila, you definitely do pick up a wood note. It's more of a musty wood. Tobacco and lemon peel. It's very grassy. You know the stems of grass, even the stems of plants. It's very oily. There's a little medicinal note in there. Not too much brine, but I'd say more medicinal than briny. And it's accompanied with a relatively light smoke. So I'd say it's more peaty than smoky. Not massively meaty either. I'd say it's more of a ham, a light smoked ham than a peppered steak. Whereas that Lagavulin, you smell that and you're thinking more of a steak, a deep char to it. Heavy tobacco and peat, heavy smoke, but really sweet at the same time. It's really interesting. Think of boiled sweets, that sort of sweetness. Lemon and lime boiled sweets, maybe apple and pear boiled sweets. Melon on the nose, butterscotch, some caramel and honey. And there's a slight cheese note that I get on this Lagavulin, and I think maybe it's due to the smoke, because it's quite a deep smoke. Perhaps I perceive that to be quite of a cheese note. Okay, to taste. Salted caramel, a caramelised banana. That's really nice actually. Maybe a toasted marshmallow on there. but it's very It's very stale and musty, like a basement that's not been aired in years. A little bit of cigarette ash, some tobacco. Very lemony, very lemon forward. Some marine brine. Maybe a touch of vanilla. The Caol Ila is actually smoother, oilier, tar, lemon. I think it's more balanced, the Caol Ila. Maybe a touch of honey in there. That medicinal note that I got on the nose isn't present on the taste. But it's still, it's grassy, it's floral, fresh, herbal. The wood note isn't as present on the taste either. Tobacco. Not very meaty at all. More fresh. On the Lagavulin, menthol, strong apple and pear influence on there. It really brings a sharp sweetness to it. Butter and toffee to go with those caramelised bananas notes that I was getting. Ooh. I think the Lagavulin is a little thinner than the Caol Ila when I think about it. And it's softer too. The Caol Ila's softer, more balanced. It's a bit thicker in the mouth. Certainly more floral and grassy. Now, the lemon note that's quite prominent in both of these whiskies, I'm trying to find which is more dominant of the two. I think the sweetness of the Lagavulin being quite apple and pear dominant, I think perhaps mutes the lemon note that is in the whiskey. Whereas with the Caol Ila, it's less sweet and more floral, so that lemon note is easier to detect and it is coming across stronger. So it's actually oilier and more lemony, the Caol Ila, of the two. Now, talking about price, they're both the same price. Well, this is really hard to price because it's a special release Game of Thrones edition whiskey. I believe the original retail price is £65 for this whiskey, and it's not worth it. If you see it for £65 and you're tempted to get it, I would say don't get this whiskey. Especially because the 16-year Lagavulin is £55. I mean, I certainly think it runs thinner than the 16-year, and it is sweeter too. I bought it for £35, and the Caol Ila I got for £37, so similar price. The Caol Ila's full price is £40. You never see it higher than that. Whereas the Lagavulin is a lot more. If I was to compare the prices on what I paid, I would maybe argue the Lagavulin edges it. That being said, I think for most people, more times than not, when you search both whiskies, the Lagavulin 9 is going to be a lot more expensive. And it's more expensive than the 16-year a lot of the time. So for me, the Caol Ila 12 is today's winner. A very well-balanced malt. For the Islay, it's quite interesting because it's very floral, it's very fresh and light, citrusy, and you don't notice those qualities in a lot of Islas. It's quite lighter on the smoke, a little bit medicinal, but you don't really pick up a lot of maritime notes. It's not extremely briny, so it's a little different to your everyday Isla. So today's winner is the Caol Ila 12.